Hey guys, Deborah with Pinching Pesos here, and it is video 2 of the series, What's in the Bag? Basically where I was going over about 8 bags of stuffed animals that I bought at one of my favorite stores here in Austin. And I've essentially listed them all. I have one more left, and I'm going to do that with you right now because people were asking me about sending them to Amazon. I I listed 42 animals and 19 of them are currently going to Amazon. So I have them cross-posted. Um, the way I looked at it is that I didn't have any animals that were ultra rare. So if I happen to sell the same animal within the same hour, where I didn't notice it was gone, um, I could just buy another one from somebody else. That was essentially kind of my process and thinking on that. That's up to you on what you would like to do and how you would like to run your business. I cross-post items all the time. I have only oversold something twice, and I've always been able to find another one. And that's generally what I'll do. I'll make sure that if I'm going to cross-post the item, that it's not something that I'm the only person with it, or there's only 2 people with it. It's going to be more common items. It's not going to be something that, that I'm not going to be able to find another one for and end up taking a ding on my account, which is not something I want to do. Now, if I'm going to in the future be cross-posting a lot of this stuff, which I probably will if I continue to buy stuffed animals, because they take up a lot of room and I don't want them stored here. I don't want 20 totes of stuffed animals like I used to have. I just don't want it. So, and the funny thing about that is when I was doing stuffed animals as my business, I didn't have any kind of inventory system. So I would search through all of those totes to find the item that I was shipping. It was horrible every time I had to ship because I was searching through. It was like, it was like a scavenger hunt trying to find the right item to send out. It was dumb. I should have had an inventory system, like I do now. So anyway, yeah, a lot of the stuff is getting sent off. Half of it is getting sent off to Amazon. If it had a listing, I went ahead and sent it to Amazon. I didn't create any listings. I probably could have. Um, I know a lot of people say, oh, it's not worth creating listings on Amazon if you only have one thing. Well, that's not true. I think that people get used to not having to make listings on Amazon. So whenever you have to, then you feel like, well, this is something I shouldn't have to be doing, which is kind of like a baby way of thinking about it. But I know I think about it that way. I'm like, I have to make a listing? Why? But it doesn't take any longer and it's not any more complicated than doing eBay. It's the exact same thing. You're putting your title, you're putting some keywords, you're putting a description, you're putting in some item specifics and how much it weighs, and it really isn't any different, and it doesn't take any longer than doing an eBay listing. I think it's just us being babies and not wanting to actually do it. So I didn't make any. I didn't want to, but I really should, because I did find myself editing some of the Amazon listings because they were created by an eBay person, and you can't make listings like you make them on eBay. The title needs to be a catalog title. The description needs to be a catalog description, not as many keywords as you can fit into the title as possible. Amazon has keywords boxes. You put keywords in the keywords boxes. You don't put it in the title and make your title, super long. So there are some listings that I did have to edit, and there were some pictures that I had to get edited because they were taken on somebody's couch, and it's like, this is Amazon. It's supposed to be white background. It's not that difficult. There's background burners out there that are free that will burn the background for you. There is no reason for you to have a picture of your item sitting on a chair. Not for Amazon. So anyway, so in this box here are all of the items that I have going to Amazon, and you can see that they are poly bags. And all I use for these bags is these Great Value from Walmart gallon size I don't know if they're gallon size. I thought they were gallon size, but they might be a little bit bigger. No, I think they are gallon size. Bread bags. And you get 100 in a box for $2.88. And I've been using these ever since I heard about them. And whoever told me about them, I thank you so much because I use them all of the time. So you can see I've got Snoopy in here. This is Kohl's Care Snoopy. And he's just got his little Amazon label on there. I am going to need to put a suffocation label on here as well, to say, you know, don't let your kid play with the bag. They'll die. But yeah, so those are all the items that I had put over onto Amazon, and I will show you. I have Inventory Lab, so it's going to look a little bit different, but the process isn't really any different than listing it on Amazon, and I will do both when I do the little kitty. But these are all of the items that I am sending to Amazon. I had the Umizoomi shakes and the Webkins and Leapfrog, Cold Cares, Raspberry, the Toys R Us monkey, that little whatever. All of these are going over to Amazon. So I think in a future video, what I'll do is I will actually walk through creating a listing with you guys, from everything from taking your pictures to taking the backgrounds out to getting it listed. And by no means am I any kind of Amazon guru. I only know enough to get me through. I am not an expert. I'm not writing any ebooks. I don't have enough knowledge to make any courses. So, but it is enough to get me through, and I don't have any problems with Amazon. I do follow the rules. So there you go. It's you know, as much information as you can pull out of it, you know, that's on you. So I think where we're going to get started in this particular video is I'm going to go ahead and just show you how I did the little cat. So for Inventory Lab, which I find incredibly amazing. It does all my accounting for me. It prints the labels out the minute I put them into the system. This is the warehouse that it's going to. You can see that all of my items are going to the exact same warehouse. So I can put them in a box while I'm listing them instead of having to sort it out once Amazon has decided where it wants it to go. So anyway, let's just go ahead and do it with this little cat. This is not something that I'm actually going to send to Amazon. This is why it's out. It's not really worth sending over there because this is one of the highly manufactured items from China, and people are getting them brand new, and they're cheaper brand new. But I'll go ahead and send it just for the sake of this video. It is called a Plumpy. Originally I didn't know it was called a Plumpy. I just thought it was something else. You can see the rank is rather high, 138,000, but that's really not that bad for a stuffed animal. So I just go ahead and select it. Now on Inventory Lab, all you do is it actually saves the information from when you had entered it in before. So as I was going through all these stuffed animals, they were all generally priced the same thing. I paid 50 cents for them. They came from Thriftland. I bought them on this day. Normally what I'll do is I'll change the SKUs to the date. But on these stuffed animals, since they were 50 cents, I know that they were 50 cents. So I'm not in the future going to need to know that they were 50 cents. But in general, I would change them to the date that I bought the item, how much I paid for it, and then like on this one, since there's so many of the same ones, I would need to, you know, put like a number or a number code at the end. So that way I know whenever I'm bringing up my things on Amazon in my inventory, that M SKU is going to tell me how much it costs. And then I also know how long I've had it. So whenever I'm repricing things, like on my repricer, it makes it super easy for me to know how much it cost. So that way I know around about like how much I can reprice it at. And I'll show you right here what that looks like. So on my repricer, are the ones that are active, I haven't priced these ones yet. I haven't gone through the system and priced them. So this is where having this SKU right here with the price next to it makes it really simple for me to reprice things. I guess this will be a quick lesson on how I reprice. What I do is I go in and I will put in my product costs, which I can see right there is $1.99. It calculates what my estimated profit's going to be. So what I do is I put my minimum profit as half of what I originally wanted, because whenever I send things to Amazon, I do research. The price that I priced it at when I sent it in was an appropriate price for that item. So I say, all right, I'm okay with getting half of the profit that I originally thought I was going to get. And then what I'll do on the maximum profit is I'll put it at double the estimated profit price. So I'll do it at, let's just say $15. And it saves it there. I always do maximize profit, and the item is repriced. So it's set up in the repricer. So now it's going to go down and up based on what other people are doing. I did an experiment last week where I was repricing an item. I went in and repriced it. I had the buy box. I manually priced it myself at $29.95 because that's what it was selling at before, and it had been down at $23. Within an hour, I documented it, the price had changed 8 times. And I don't have this set up on the more expensive one. Mine's only set up on the $25 plan, which is supposed to be that it only updates, I think, once an hour. But my 60-minute watching of this item reprice, it repriced 8 times. It went down and up 8 times until I eventually got the buy box back and sold through my items. So yeah, it was really interesting to watch it. So anyway, that's the way I reprice things. That's why I put that MSKU in there, because it makes it super easy for me whenever I'm going in and putting in my prices to say, okay, that was $2.99. And I want $3.40 profit, or I want $13. And so, yeah, so there's just a little lesson in repricing items and why I enter the MSKU. I actually got that from Picker Army. It was one of the greatest pieces of information I ever received from it when it had to do with Amazon. Let me get back to where I was. So over here, you know, I would put the MSKU that it was 50 cents. Now this is, I'd say it's very good. It doesn't have any issues. It's not dirty. The tush tag is very clean and crisp. Yeah. So it has no problems. So I have a common note in here that just says no rips, no stains, clean tush tag. It's polybagged. There that is. Knew they're going for $13.75. I'm going to put this for $7.95. Inventory Lab will tell me how much my profit is. My profit on $7.95 is $3.07. Sounds good to me. I'm going to take this little guy. I'm going to put him in this bread bag. And I have my food sealer here that I use for everything. And I'm going to seal them up. Takes like 2 seconds. And my label prints out, stick it on there. Here's my label. Take my label, stick it on the bag. I do still need to put the suffocation labels on there. I just print them out on my Dymo. And he's ready to go. For Amazon, if you were going to do that exact same thing, let me get into, this is the cat over on Amazon. You can see he has $13.75 Prime, so used for $7.95 should be fine. So, let's see if I have any orders. Oh, this was good. This is a good sale. I paid $29 for this and it went for $129. I just did it, pulled my money last night. I'm on by request payment, so I can pull my money basically every day. And I just pulled it yesterday, so woohoo. Okay. So we had on Amazon, what you're going to do is you go up into add a product. Then we would do the exact same thing we did over on Inventory Lab. Unipack Plumpy. There it is. So we're going to sell ours. And you could do the same thing. You can enter your SKU here. On the 12th, it was 50 cents. It's in very good condition. And then this one you have to type it in. So no rips or stains. Clean tush tag. Has been bagged for protection. And then our price, $7.95. Now, the thing about Amazon versus Inventory Lab is you don't have this item, this option. You can go in and you can put a picture. And I highly recommend that you do that. Amazon has recently changed the way that it looks whenever it brings up a used item that has pictures. It actually brings it up, and it doesn't just show you the picture, it actually shows you all of the pictures and the price and has an add to cart button. It is very good. So I would highly suggest that you go in and add pictures. I'm going to have to go in and add pictures for my items after the fact. So I'm going to go into my inventory once Inventory Lab sends my items over to Amazon and add the pictures. And I think it really helps your sales because the person can actually see, if you have a used item, what the condition of that item is. It way makes you stand out. And I will try to find an example for you if I can. You don't fill out any of this stuff. You can fill out your tax code. My agent tax. And none of this other stuff. You can say that it can be gift wrapped, that it can have a gift message, and that's something that they put over onto Amazon. So then you just save and finish, and it creates a shipment for you, and this goes into your shipping plan, and then you would go in and add all of your items after the fact and print labels after the fact, and then try to sort through them and put them into the appropriate boxes. This is why I use Inventory Lab. This is not conducive to my business anymore, but if you're not a very high volume seller, hey, this is perfect way to go. There's nothing wrong with it. So anyway, there's that. Now for eBay, I didn't list this item yet. I think I have it over in a draft. Yeah, I have it in a draft because I'm waiting to take pictures of it. But I have it priced at $9.95 on eBay. And I could actually up my price on Amazon over to $9.95, and I might actually, I don't know, I might just keep it the same where it is, $7.95. A $3 profit on a 50-cent item is fine for me, and I don't have to ship it. I don't have to do anything. I want to show you, since I am cross-listing everything, how you do a multi-channel fulfillment. It's very, very, very simple. Okay, so let's just say, and these are all the items that I've listed from the stuff that I bought. These I already had. I had this mochi and some other things, but right now I have 49 items in my store. I listed 42. So yeah, I didn't have very many prior to this. So let's just say one of my items sells, right? And I have it at the Amazon warehouse, and it sells on eBay. I want to make something perfectly clear. You can also have your items at the Amazon warehouse, but not have them for sale on Amazon. So they can be stored there and shipped from there, but not actually for sale. So that way you're not at risk for cross-posting. And I know at risk of selling twice. I know I'm going to get some questions about this, but the way that you do that, and I had an Amazon rep explain it to me, is if I wanted to only do multi-channel fulfillment through Amazon, but not actually have them have my item for sale, what I would do is when I'm listing my item, let's just say I just listed this, down here where it says the start selling date, you would put it for some future date. So let's just, I think it has to be within a year, something like that. Hang on. Oh, I'm sorry, it's dashes. My fingers don't want to work right now. Okay, so we're going to go with January of 2018. So what that's going to mean is that my item is no longer going to show up for sale on the Amazon website. It is going to be in the Amazon warehouse, but it's not going to be for sale for people to purchase. So what that means is that you're not at risk for selling something on eBay and selling it on Amazon at the same time, and then you've basically dual sold something. I gotta find that so I can change it back. Let's see. Mozart. I think is what it was. Yeah. Let's go ahead and edit that and change it back because it's actually sells fairly well, so I'm gonna have to wait a couple minutes. It's about 15 minutes before it's gonna update. Don't let me forget to change that back. So anyway, what you would do is, since we have this item and it's at Amazon, and we sold it on eBay or Bonanza or your personal website or wherever you sold it at, that's what multi-channel is. You're going to come over here and you're going to create a fulfillment order. And then all you would do is enter in the information. Let's see. And you enter in your customer's information, and you can see for this was a DVD. It's going to cost $2.95 for me to have Amazon send my customer that item. Tell me that's not so super cheap. Oh my goodness. All right, sorry. That's for standard. They use SurePost through the post office. If you wanted to do 2-day, it's $8.55. Now, if you're going to multi-channel fulfill items, you are going to need to say that your handling time is 2 days. It will take Amazon 2 days to provide you a tracking number. So if you're going to worry about your top rated seller metrics, you need to make sure any items that you have that are listed as multi-channel fulfilled are 2-day handling times. But you can see that this is very economical. $2.95, and I never have to touch this item again. I send it to the warehouse. It basically cost me 50 cents to get it there, and it's just there. With single items that are not multiples, you don't have to worry about long-term storage fees. And essentially, I mean, you're just going to pay your monthly storage fees, which should be like a penny or two. I mean, it's not very much at all. Do not be scared of Amazon. Anyway, so there, yeah, if that's how much it would cost if I'm going to get this multi-channel fulfilled, I need to make sure that my shipping option is listed as economy. So that way the customer is expecting their item in a proper amount of time on eBay. And that's it. So there's the lesson on that. What else was I going to show you guys today? I think that's it. I think that's all I wanted to pack into this video. Other than that, I wanted to show you some of the plush sellers that I follow on eBay. One of them is Lost Love's Toy Chest. She actually, I think, joined my group at one point, and I was really super excited because I've been following this eBay seller for probably since I started eBay. And I was all like fangirling at the time. I was like, oh my god! And then I think they left, and that made me kind of sad. But I mean, my group is not, my group is a water cooler, basically, for eBay sellers and Amazon sellers. I mean, we don't provide a whole lot of information. It's not really something that you get a whole lot of information from. It's really just a place to kind of go hang out and not be stressed out, you know, and take a little break from the other groups of question, and blah, 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 and drama. So, you know, there's not a whole lot to actually get out of the group if you're trying to get information. It is a great place to just have friends and kind of just look at a group without going, I hate all of these people, you know. So yeah, I was kind of fangirling on Lost Love Toy Chest. Come back. But anyway, I've been watching this seller for 4 years. These are their solds for the last 90 days. Oh, Great Wolf Lodge is here in Texas. I wonder if they have that in other places in the nation. But these are their solds. You can see that they get a very decent amount of money for their items. Oh, they had a Duffy Bell. I've had 2 of those. I've sold 2 of those before. Yeah. So these are their solds. You can see they have very good prices on their stuff. Currently listed for toys and hobbies, they have 1,800 of them. Oh, I love that movie, Oliver and Company. Yeah, 1,800 items, and they are also selling on Amazon. I did find that as well, and got quite a few over there. I think it was like, what, 1,400 or something like that. It was a lot. Another Amazon, eBay seller that I watch that does plush is Spunky Plush and Stuff Store. These are their solds for the last 90 days. And they're also getting a very decent amount of money for their plush. One item that I wish I knew about. Oh, look at Hello Kitty's sexy sun keys. She got a tan. That I wish I knew about was levies. There's so much money in levies. I wish I knew about levies. I need to take like a levy course or something. So they currently have 1,600, and they accidentally have this categorized wrong, which happens a lot when you do sell similar. So they have 1,600 current plush listed with a couple jackets mixed in. Another of the plush sellers that this one blows my mind is like, I've never been able to figure out how this person finds this stuff, nor how do they even know, nor how do they price it the way that they do and get so much freaking money. I don't get it. I have had my mind blown with this seller for years now. This is Toy Sect 207. You can see they get an astronomical amount of money for their plush. And it is fairly rare plush. This is not your normal plush. I mean, this is a Sinclair. It's Pigpen. Littlefoot. I mean, these are 80s and 90s shows that I am so jealous of this eBay seller's plush sales. Like, I am like, yeah. Oh, Kissing Nala New. Oh my goodness. Look at that. Put this one in your, is that a Michael Jackson pet? I don't know how this person finds this stuff or where they're getting this stuff at or what. I would love to talk with them. But yeah, they have an incredible plush business. It's amazing. Oh, mittens, look at that. They currently have 1,100 plush items listed. And it's just not your typical stuff. It's not your typical plush. I need to learn from them. I need to learn. So, yeah. Very awesome. Look at that. Holy smokes. Another plush that does plush seller that I've been following for years is Ivy Dust, and she has a huge amount of plush. I used to be in a group with her. She's kind of an amazing lady with a pretty amazing story. I would love to have her like on the stew or just to do an interview with her. I'm thinking about starting a show just called like Stew and Wine, kind of like a late night interview type show. I just think it would be neat. And it wouldn't be every week. It would be like once a month. And I would love to have her on to do an interview with her. But she's an amazing amount of plush. I think I remember that she had multiple storage units in her backyard that had all this plush in there. So, yeah. I did look at the solds and it was only coming up with 2, so I don't know if she went on vacation for a while or if something happened and she took down her store for a little bit, because they were only showing 2 completeds in the last 90 days. So I'm thinking maybe something had happened and she just put her store back up. Or maybe eBay has a glitch. Who knows? But she has 19,000 listed. So, and these are more of like your typical plush that you're going to find at the store. I mean, I have this one, and so these are going to be like your typical plush items that you know, just standard that you find. So yeah, so those are sellers that I follow on eBay that do plush. So these are all my plush that I had listed. I believe it totaled out at, oh, I don't have it here. Ooh, I had it up and then I closed it down. So currently in my store for plush, I have listed, I don't know why eBay is so slow all the time now. Okay. So for stuffed animals, currently I have listed $1,300 in plush. So even if I sold this stuff for half the price I have it listed for, I would be totally happy because I think my buy cost in all of this is probably 30, 40 bucks. Anyway, so that's the end of video number 2. If you have questions, if you have a suggestion for what one of the future videos needs to look like for this series of what's in the bag, make sure to comment below so that way I know what I need to do to share with you. You know, I don't know everything all of the time. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you got some information out of it. If you have questions, make sure to comment. I will make sure to respond. So thanks for watching. I hope this was helpful for you. Everybody have an amazing weekend. Mwah. Bye.